There are videos and images all over the internet that seem to defy the laws of nature. A capybara, the world's largest rodent, resting peacefully just feet away from a fully grown crocodile. Sometimes the scene is even more bizarre. A capybara seemingly without a care in the world, riding on the back of a caiman as if it were a living raft. These images raise a fundamental question. What is going on here? Why do we so often witness this extraordinary truce between one of the world's most powerful predators and what should be an easy meal? What makes this mystery so profound is the capybara's unique role in the animal kingdom. It is famously the most zen creature on the planet. You have seen the pictures. Monkeys and birds resting on their backs, turtles sharing their space, even cats cuddling up to them. They are nature's diplomats, a creature so famously chill they seem to get along with everyone. This universal friendliness, this aura of calm, makes their peaceful relationship with crocodiles even more baffling. How does this extreme social acceptance extend to a deadly apex predator that shares their water and their shoreline? To find the answer, we must first acknowledge a crucial fact. Attacks do happen. The truce is not absolute. A young capybara, straying too far from the herd's watchful eyes, can be a target. An old or sick individual, unable to keep up, can be picked off. The internet myth of a magical, unbreakable friendship is just that, a myth. The real story, however, is far more interesting. It is not about a lack of aggression, but about a constant, complex negotiation of risk, intelligence, and energy that results in a fragile peace. The first part of this negotiation is a cold calculation that every predator must make. Is the reward worth the risk? An adult capybara is a formidable animal. Weighing up to 150 pounds, it is a dense package of muscle. Its primary defense is a set of massive, chisel-like incisor teeth. These teeth are designed for gnawing on tough aquatic vegetation. They are perpetually growing and razor-sharp. They can inflict a deep, debilitating wound. For a crocodile or caiman, whose primary weapons are its jaws, an injury to the mouth can be a death sentence. A punctured snout or a broken tooth can lead to infection and an inability to hunt, followed by a slow starvation. The capybara's hide is also thick and tough, layered with subcutaneous fat, providing a degree of protection against bites, of natural armor. So, the predator must ask itself, is it worth risking a fatal injury for this one meal, when a fish, a bird, or a smaller mammal could be caught with almost no risk at all? However, the capybara's most effective defense is not physical. It is social, and this is where their calm nature becomes a strategic advantage. Capybaras live in large, highly organized family groups that function as a collective surveillance system. Within any herd, there are always individuals on watch. These sentinels will often sit upright on their haunches, gaining a better vantage point, their eyes, ears, and noses constantly scanning the environment. This constant vigilance creates a zone of safety that attracts other, more skittish animals. It is not uncommon to see birds, monkeys, or deer using the capybara herd as their own lookout tower, adding even more eyes and ears to the collective alarm system. This makes the crocodilian's greatest weapon, the ambush, almost useless. The predator relies on a surprise attack from the water's edge. But it is nearly impossible to surprise a target that has 20 or 30 lookouts. If a threat is detected, the sentinel lets out a sharp, barking alarm call. The effect is instantaneous. The entire herd explodes into motion, stampeding into the relative safety of the deep water. The element of surprise is gone, and with it, the predator's advantage. This leads to another crucial factor, the predator's own physical state. Crocodilians are ectothermic, or cold-blooded, Their metabolism is incredibly slow and tied to the ambient temperature. After a significant meal, a crocodile may have no need to hunt for days, or even weeks. During these long periods of digestion, its primary motivation is to conserve energy and absorb warmth from the sun. Basking on a riverbank is not an act of laziness. It is a biological necessity. A basking crocodilian is, for all intents and purposes, off the clock. It has zero motivation to engage in a high-energy, high-risk hunt. The capybaras, with their high social intelligence and calm demeanor, are experts at reading this. Their lack of panic is a sign of confidence in their assessment of the situation. They can likely discern the subtle cues that differentiate a dormant, digesting predator from an active, hungry one: its posture, its breathing, whether its jaws are slightly agape for cooling. They understand when the log with teeth is just a log, and when it is a loaded weapon. This ancient dynamic is now being tested in a new arena. Through escapes from captivity, a breeding population of capybaras has become established in Florida. This has created a fascinating, real-time, natural experiment, pitting this South American rodent against a predator it has never encountered in its evolutionary history: the American alligator. Remarkably, local observers report the same phenomenon. Alligators are frequently seen basking peacefully in close proximity to capybara herds. The same principles of risk and herd vigilance are at play. The alligators, like their crocodilian cousins to the south, are learning that a healthy, alert capybara is often more trouble than it is worth. Even if an attack is initiated, the capybara is a highly capable aquatic animal. Its body is perfectly adapted for a semi-aquatic life. Powerful. Its webbed feet make it a powerful swimmer, and its eyes, ears, and nostrils are positioned high on its head, allowing it to see, hear, and breathe while keeping its body almost completely submerged, just like a hippopotamus. It can stay underwater for up to 5 minutes, often using this ability to make the water itself a means of escape and concealment from a predator that may be powerful, but is not always agile. Balance. So, the viral image of a capybara resting near a crocodile is not a lie, but a snapshot of a much larger, more complex story. It is not a story of a magical friendship, but of a delicate balance of power. The crocodilian possesses brute force, but the capybara holds the power of the herd and an intelligence for reading a situation, amplified by its uniquely calm nature. What we are witnessing is a cold war, a tense standoff where the predator is constantly waiting for a moment of weakness, and the prey is constantly working to ensure that moment never comes. And so, the capybara maintains its status as the calm center of the animal kingdom, a creature so socially adept that it can even negotiate a fragile peace with the very predator that should be its greatest fear.